Hulahans, we're back and we have survived, Johnny.
It's the Tsunami 2025 edition, Dammy. And
Sure
man,
is.
so grateful that we dodged that bullet. I mean, you know, it's a warning. And what the
Yes.
warning is that this is imminent. And so it definitely changed things for me. I was talking to my son in Oahu. He's like, dude, you guys are real chill about this, man. And he kind of told me his experience. He had to go to Times. He was like, Dad, it was mayhem. I grabbed all my water. Traffic's just so crazy. So there's definitely two different camps of how people prepare or don't prepare. Um, but yeah, I found it interesting, dude. Kahului seemed to be the epicenter.
Sure did.
So we had the highest waves there. It was like 5 point something above the typical. I don't know. I shot you over a picture or something. Just kind of showed. You can watch a video of this too, Hawaii News Now or Maui Now. But so just showing this where this would normally be covered by water here, and the water level dropped 15 feet. Saw another video in Hilo of that resort where they had some water come over.
They did,
Um,
yeah.
Yep. And the sad thing for people like me, Danny, when these events happen like they do here, where everybody's so prepared and then nothing happens, is it makes me more and more lax for the
Sure
next
does.
episode. The wife and I were talking, like we were lucky, like just randomly. I'd filled up my drinking water, um, all of them yesterday, and then randomly found out that I can get Costco delivered over here if I'm willing to pay a little
Hey!
bit more. So I did that too yesterday. So probably the most
Groundbreaking.
prepared the Brath family has ever been. Um,
Well, let's
and
talk about
just,
lax a little bit. How about that brother that was out fishing?
bro, I love
So,
this one. This is Oahu.
all right, we're gonna play this one for you.
Yeah.
Just hey!
Hey, wow, that's a giant. Oh, I mean, that's what it looks like to me. Bonefish right there.
Oof.
Um, the the officer dude that's on the pier there or the rock wall. That's somebody from Department of Land and Natural Resources. So my brother-in-law is part of Department of Land and Natural Resources. So I always know I can get the skinny from a first responder if I need to. But yeah, this is classic Hawaii here. Um,
Let's fla
I remember,
Should we flash
yeah,
back a little bit?
dude, I remember 2014 with my brother-in-law. So yeah, it's the Hurricane Julio swell. This is also the time I decided to dye my hair one time. And when the beard came in white, it didn't really match so well.
That
Yeah,
was fun.
I'm definitely in the not so prepared. So what happened on Maui? Well, we found out about it, then the evacuation orders hit, just caused crazy traffic, as you can imagine. So that happened a lot. Had a buddy of mine I surfed with this morning. He was telling me he'd got stuck in his house in Lahaina when the fires hit because he had no gas. He had his dog. So he's like, dude, I was out of here. Saw how bad the traffic was. He decided to go the backside and just kind of spent the night in a church parking lot last night. Said the wife was just super pissed. Sounds like she's in it's not going to happen camp, but I mean, different people are going to approach these things on their own personal experience. I was super worried just because I know so much building is going on in Lahaina proper.
Mm,
So I was just like, oh my God, dude, if it comes in and wipes all of that, what are these people going to do now? You know? So super grateful for everybody that reached out to me.
yeah.
Had a couple of people that listen to the show reach out and hit me. I'm super stoked. Thank you guys so much for caring about us over here. This is what island life is like, though. It is days upon days of Groundhog Day, like 80 degrees, water's 77 degrees, and it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. And then it's punctuated by some thrilling potential weather episodes. So that's it. Got no snakes, got no bears, no mountain lions. Um, do get some hurricanes that cruise by. Definitely has the potential for some tsunamis. I was in the water this morning. I surfed at Shark Pit. I was so glad we didn't get the tsunami because I knew it was going to mess up this batch of surf that we've coming. July sucked so bad. Like, I don't think there was any real swell days in July. So everybody was waiting for that. But there was definitely some wonkiness in the water, and that's because we have a couple of there was a tropical depression. I think it's now a trough, and then something that was downgraded to a tropical depression that's going to the south of us because we are in our hurricane season. They spin off of Baja, head over this direction. Um, Maui's only been touched once by an actual hurricane, but the fire was caused by a distant hurricane that caused wind. So this is where you just can't pin down Mother Nature. We've
Mm.
had tsunamis come from that same direction from similar earthquakes. That was the sixth largest earthquake. So I'm glad that everybody was so prepared. But when they don't happen, guys like me go, nah, next time it happens, probably to my detriment.
It's a fascinating transformation over time because now on social media, I mean, yesterday it just exploded. First reports came out, then you start seeing videos all over the islands of people in their hotels saying, "Oh, the hotel's locking me down. I'm stuck here. I'm not going to survive. This is going to be the death of me." And you see all kinds of like just madness because now everyone wants to go on quick and throw their selfie video of them sitting on the ninth floor hotel balcony and kind of worried about what's going on. And then,
I mean, it's all that's in my feed, right? I mean,
yep,
people look for content, and this was definitely the content.
so
So,
everyone jumped on this. And then you see all kinds of people jumping on Oprah. That was a big controversy. So Oprah owns a lot of property on Maui. She has a
yep.
private road that goes from South Maui up to her estate. And what happened, Johnny?
Yeah, so it's her own private road, and she has been generous in the past. Whenever people need to get access to it, she will eventually open it up. But yesterday, the backlash in social media was that there was a police presence there keeping people from using her private road until she gave permission. So there's kind of this like, wow, I mean, why go protect a billionaire's private road, right? I mean, is that a
Yeah.
good use of our resources? Um, it is what it is. Oprah's done a lot for the island. We kind of said that it wasn't enough when her and The Rock dropped 10 million on, fire survivors. So people don't. There's not a lot of good things being said about billionaires, but I'll say, man, they're really effective problem solvers. I don't know so much about Oprah. I mean, she solved a lot of, I don't know, I guess TV entertainment problems, and that's what led to her success. Um, but yeah, they're over here on Maui.
When the energy is heated, I mean, people are evacuating. They want the quickest way out. I've seen other videos of people driving down the sidewalks in their Tacomas, driving down the dirt roads into the fields. So I think everyone just kind of scrambles. And of course, when you know there's a road that goes up country quicker, I mean, that's going to get some backlash. But I think there was like
So
seven police cars patrolling there. So maybe that's a bit overload. Like, I
what
don't
does
know.
this say to Maui County though?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because this always goes back to who I'm trying to pin everything on. It's
Yeah.
governance at the end of
Yeah.
the day.
Who
So
allowed
if
it?
that's a need, why don't we have a road that does that? Why can't we create that situation? Right? That would seem like money well used. I mean, if you're going to be the highest tax state in the nation, let's use some taxes for Maui occasionally instead of rails to nowhere
That nobody
on
uses.
Ottawa. Oh, not yet, dude, because we haven't built the part that everybody's going to use yet. Oh, is that how we do it in Oahu?
Yeah, it's
So
just not the American way taking trains. Everybody takes trains over here, super normal, super efficient. It's amazing. One train every minute. It's like, whew, amazing. So
it's
much so that
culture.
my wife says New York is like a snail's pace. So for those of you that have been to New York that are overwhelmed by the speed, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing compared to the rest of the world.
Dude, I was impressed with the metro in Paris. I mean, if I could figure it out, a Kanaka from Maui, like, dude, and we
It
figured
was
it out
slick,
fairly
right?
quickly. I mean, it was a game changer. Like all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're like, oh, okay,
Because
I can
that
go up
traffic
here, I can go up there.
sucks in Paris.
Oh, it
That night we came
does.
to visit you for
So
dinner. It took us like an hour and a half to go to like 10 miles or something. It was
that's
crazy.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. This is another part of island life. Like, we're 160,000 people over here on Maui. So it really doesn't matter what Maui votes for. Oahu, with their million and change, they tend to vote for most things that happen. It's the
That's it.
majority
So
rules.
speaking of kind of politics and voices and news, So right when the fires happened, there was all kinds of news going out. Well, a couple things. One is don't come to Maui, it's closed, just shut off. But the second part was a lot of fear around like,
A
oh,
land grab.
all the rich people are going to come in and land grab, and they're going to take it away from locals, and they're going to like enslave them, and make sure they don't have any more opportunities. And so that was a huge deal, and there was some real concern around that. And there was a lot of people that started to feel like really empathetic of like, oh my gosh, like they're taking away the land from local people. You see a lot of that sentiment, right? Because I think
They
people are
created the
generally,
land trust, right?
yeah,
I mean, literally a
created a land
nonprofit.
trust.
Yeah.
And so recently it's come to our attention that there's some voices on the other side now that are saying it's a land grab for the locals to keep everyone else out. They're saying
Yeah.
they don't want us to be here. They don't want us, meaning non-born locals, to be here to buy property. And so it's creating kind of this whole other growing fear of that this is some kind of resistance and some sort of intention to keep people out and keep people away. And but just funny, right? How it swings, Johnny, from one side and now it's on the other side, and both sides think they're right. And
You know what's
actually,
funny is it's all with this they, right?
yep,
They and
yeah,
they,
it's
right?
like a
They.
childhood finger pointing. It's his problem. He did it. He did it, right? But what's the reality? I mean, has it been a land grab, Johnny? Are things just flying off the shelf in Lahaina?
It really hasn't. I mean, it's because there really hasn't been distressed pricing around
Yes.
anything. I mean, these lots are coming out, I mean, I don't mean to say this in a bad way, but for me, like Lahaina Luna, Waikuli, those are blue collar neighborhoods, right? I mean, just regular old Hawaii folks live there, and
Yeah.
you're looking at anywhere between 650, 700,000 for just a regular old lot that's maybe, somewhere between 7,000 to 10,000 square feet. So, that doesn't speak to, I don't know, like a deal to me.
Deal. No.
Yeah. I
And there's
find it
not even that
interesting
many
the
of them,
words.
right? There's like one or two
No,
of them at a time. It's not like there's 70 lots for sale suddenly.
dude, there's a lot right off the side of the highway close to the to Dickinson for like 400 and change. And there's people building tiny houses right along, excuse me, right along in there, right alongside the highway. It's right along with like the cheap condos. Like
Yeah.
nobody's snatching those up either.
They're not flying off the
Um,
shelf.
no. So yeah, man, it was just kind of more chaos after chaos. But I think the government has a saying, right? You don't let a good catastrophe go to waste, right? Come in and start moving stuff around.
That's it. We'll see if anything happens post tsunami threat, if they make some changes. But it seemed for the most part, people were pretty prepared. People were off the beach, except some people wanted to kind of jump right in the action. Isn't that right?
Dude, I had to talk my kid off the ledge, man. And I mean, he was close to closing me. He's like, no, we're not going to be down there. We'll be up here. I'm looking at the wife going, maybe we let him go. But he was like, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I want to go to Dragon's Teeth and watch it with my friends. Poor guy, like he was supposed to go night fishing last night too. So he went, he buys an aerator. He caught 3 bait fish. They're keeping him alive in the garage so he can go. And then tsunami dashed his plans.
Ah, that's a bummer.
Yep.
That's a
Maui
bummer.
problems. Maui
Yeah,
problems for
so
kids.
life on Maui is exciting. You don't run into
Yep.
a lot of the issues that you do elsewhere. There are bugs though. There are termites. There are some geckos. That's just part of it.
Yep. It's expensive. It's inconvenient. There's no place like it, and I love it. But hey, Costco delivers to the west side. They charge you a little bit more money than the typical. It's done through Instacart, but man, it's kind of a game changer for me.
Wow. No
Yeah.
more not driving to that
No,
side. No more it's
no,
a
we're waiting in the
hassle.
car while the wife goes and shops in Costco.
And forgets a few of the things that you really wanted. Uh yeah, so now you get to pick and choose. This is gonna be awesome. More dinners at your
Yeah.
house. I like
Now
it.
the downside is like there's certain things that I ordered and then they weren't there and then I got refunded, so maybe they just couldn't find them. So it's not a sure
Mm,
thing, but man, a little bit better than having to go. Traffic's really bad coming from both sides. Not so much just the trucks taking the debris back and forth for the next 6 months, but they're also clearing out a lot of the homeless in Oluwalu and Ukumeame, and
mm.
over 160 cars to get out of there. So that's causing some slowdowns too. Got some king tides coming up, so water going over the roads. These are my problems, guys.
All kinds of exciting. Johnny, what would you say to someone who reaches out or expresses interest in Maui and has some concerns about some of these things? Tsunamis, hurricanes, fires.
Yeah. I mean, they're valid. And if they're really, really big concerns based off of maybe an experience that you have that you just can't get out, maybe you're not a candidate for full-time living here. Maybe you're better just kind of being part-time or having a condo that you use occasionally. Um, we are an island. And
Hmm.
so things that affect Lahaina didn't affect other parts of the island. If tsunamis are a big concern with you, they won't get up to Kula. So maybe you're living up country there.
Hmm.
Um, Up country tends to be a little bit more lush. So maybe not quite as fire prone, but Kula had some fires with Lahaina as well in a certain neighborhood. So yeah.
True.
Um, I mean, the fact of the matter is that wherever you live, there's certain things to deal with, right? I mean, people make a literal choice to move and retire to Florida. I mean,
Yes.
you are guaranteeing
Hurricane
yourself
prone.
some experiences with hurricanes there, guaranteeing. And yet, I hear that people down there, if it's a category 1 or 2, that don't really even do anything.
Yeah.
When they start hearing 4 or 5, then they're going to be prepared. But man, it seems like the governance down there, at least the current administration, knows exactly what to do. They're a well-oiled machine. Life goes on, right? So people make those types of choices. Just know that weather's something that we deal with over here. We're a little
And
island in the
everywhere.
middle of the Pacific, so stuff's going to hit us.
That is
But
true.
the other 99% of the time, we're like no other.
Insane. As one thing, when I go away from Maui, I actually have to look at the weather report and see what's going on because I never do on Maui. I never look at what's going on. I'm like, oh, it's going to be the same every day. It's going to be sunny. If it's not sunny in that little area of the island, then you just drive a little bit further and you get sunshine. So, but anywhere else you
That's
go, you're
it.
like, oh, you have to like, I mean, living in Hong Kong, you literally have to bring an umbrella every day because you're going to get rained on.
I look forward to some of the weather just to make it different and
Yeah.
experience something. Big storm come through, take like 2 days to blow out. It's kind of fun. Hunker down a little bit, Netflix and chill. Just different.
Slow down. You get the rhythms of life. Sometimes you just got to slow down, right?
That's right.
Like it. Good
Yep.
chat. If you have any further
Well,
questions about Maui or comments, feel free to drop them down below. With that, we will jump into the hot list portion of our show.
all right. Kapalua Ridge. Might have something coming up here in Kapalua Ridge ourselves. I'm a fan. I've been a fan since I was a young man of Kapalua Ridge. I like the aesthetic of them. I really like the location. That beach down below there, that's Onelua Bay, also known as Ironwoods Beach. Surfers have a special name for it. I'm there probably 200 days out of the year. This is my neighborhood. This is my neck of the woods. That's Dragon's Teeth that goes out there. You got DT Fleming's on the other side. But literally in all of Kapalua, which is a resort community, we only have the Montage or the Ritz-Carlton as hotel zoned rentability. And yes, you can own them, both of them, Ritz-Carlton and the Montage, but that's literally it. Now, Napili Bay, vast majority of the condos on Napili Bay are Napili Bay Civic Improvement District hotel zone. So there's opportunities there, but nothing really in Kapalua. So it's curious to see what's going to happen to Ridge, Bay, and then also Golf Villas. Kind of
Kind of interesting
curious.
from a zoning standpoint, isn't it? Like you're like, okay, we have our three main resort areas,
Right.
Kaanapali, Kapalua, Wailea, and yet you get places like Kahana and Napili are just like all hotel zone. But then Kapalua is not, and you're like, okay, that makes total sense.
Right. So what was the plan, right? Like, hey, we're
Hmm.
going to attract wealthy people to this specific area here and
Yeah,
expect them to live here all the time.
yeah. And if they don't, now we're gonna start finding them potentially.
That's it.
Makes a whole lot of sense. So this one, I mean, 2.2 originally down to 1.8, basically 373 days on market, Johnny. This thing is
Yeah.
just sitting. It's kind of
Really is.
tired. It's kind of dated. They're offering 50% ownership. I don't know
It's
how
a
people feel
Kohana
about
action.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it needs a full remodel.
So this is, I mean, this agent knows what he's doing, but this is just your typical aspirational pricing strategy that I just literally see every day.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, Danny, that it comes down to the seller. This is what the seller says yes to every single time. And so this is the experience they go through, already
It's
over
the
a year
easiest
long.
pitch in the book of real estate. Hey, you want to sell your
There it is.
property? Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's list it for
Right.
as high as possible. We'll get you that number.
Right.
Okay,
That's
sign
it.
here. And there's no strategy and it just sits and I mean, it's kind of interesting. And no matter what people say, Johnny, even if they tell us they don't need to sell, they still get anxious after a while,
Absolutely.
right? They still get
And
anxious after 90 days and no showings and no offers, and they're like, what's wrong?
it is always the seller's choice. I go over the three ways. Whenever they choose aspirational, though, they still want to pin it on me.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting phenomenon, right? I'm the professional. I'm sharing with you what my professional opinion is, but you decide to go one direction and then you want to hold me accountable for your decision.
Yep. Just like this
Dude,
one.
so yeah, I mean,
Remodeled, 549. They're going aspirational out the gate on an upstairs condo. It's been sitting
yep.
for 200 days. They're down 75,000. Still sitting.
And I mean, they're maybe now in the range where they potentially get an offer, but what they've been doing is they've been following the market down and they're behind.
Yep. Oh, they got an offer, a pending offer in the 475.
So this
And
is where the psychology really gets difficult, right? Because it's going to be difficult to talk the seller into going lower because in his mind somebody already said that they're going to buy it. But the most important thing to me as an agent is, yeah, they went through all the motions and spent some money and then they passed.
they said no.
Yep.
Ouch.
So, dude, this is what lots run in Sprecklesville. Sprecklesville is special. It really is. I mean, you don't really know it's there as you're driving into Paia. Um, where the infamous so many windsurfers, the infamous Kai Lenny. What we're looking at is a C lot. So this is one large contiguous lot that we don't know what the size is that was CPR'd, condominium property regime, into three separate lots. We are looking at 5,236 square feet. You can
Tiny
build
lot.
an Ohana. You can build an Ohana that's 800 plus square feet, 849, I want to say. You can have a garage. You can have up to 320 square feet of decks and lanais, etc. Um, and that's going to probably run you, I don't know, maybe between $700,000 and $900,000 to build that place.
So you're 2, 2, 4, 2, 5 all in, maybe?
Yep, and you're going to have 0.12 acres and 850 square feet.
Wow. But at least you're close to the surf spots.
And dude, I mean, you're close to the. This is just how this is values, right? This is
Yeah.
across the street from the ocean, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't know if it's going to sell for 1,500,000. Nobody wanted it for 1,700,000. We know that.
True that. Halekamahole.
Yeah, coming down to earth, man. Great location, right there, close to Wailea. Good square footage for a one bedroom. Hotel zone, though, and apartment zone, though, huh?
Apartment zoned. Yeah. I mean, these feel like they could be apartments, even though they've typically been known as like the Canadian compound, where
Yeah.
a lot of Canadian owners who are in this building prefer this building, have bought in this building. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. It doesn't feel so much like a resort. I mean, next door, Cam Sands, Kamole Sands really feels like a resort. This, to me, this doesn't. Just
Lack
walking
of
around
lack of
it.
amenities, or.
Yeah, I think just the vibe doesn't feel so much like a resort. Feels very
Mhm,
functional. Feels very
mhm.
apartment-like in a lot of ways. I was not really a huge fan of it. Leasehold
So
Malaya.
Maui, yeah, yeah, dude, I'm so glad we got her out when we did, man.
Phew.
She would have lost 100. I
Yeah.
mean, dude, that's a great unit too, man. That's a trophy for there with that view.
Nice looking direct ocean view over the harbor.
That's it. Yep. So
Beautiful.
it's leasehold. Um, so you're looking 2043 is when the surrender date is. Fee's gonna run you what, 1,300 bucks? So
1,300
you
bucks a
pay
month.
315. Yep. Most sales gonna be cash there. It is leasehold, so you got to get man, 15-year note on that. Is that what that would look like?
Less than that.
Yeah. Don't even know if they'd make you'd have to go some kind of funky money, some private kind of hybrid of hard money deal.
Funky money.
Yep. So Ma'alai is going to be interesting with the Minatoya because there is no hotel zoning in all of it. So that is going to be interesting. Holly
Sure is.
Royale, love this residential complex. I've been in this unit here. It's a loft, one bedroom, two bath. Could use the loft. It's a little like it's not really spacious up there, but it could definitely serve as something. Got the ductless in there. Got a phone call. They were willing to give 10 grand towards seller credits. So there you go. So not super tall, but definitely use it as a space. 1,200 a month, pays your maintenance fees. Holly Royale is a vibe, man. Super lush grounds, couple of pools, lots of amenities. I understand, like, I don't know, man, 12 different realtors living there, including Juliet right there.
There it is. It's a popular spot. Beautiful West Side living.
That's it. Here we go, Harbor Lights. Man, so this is the one that we always kind of bring up. Like, if I was going to talk to the county, I would say, yeah, here's an example of the least expensive two-bedroom condo you can buy on Maui, and you can't get financing there. So once again, the locals with $200,000 in their pocket can buy here all day long. But the young starting out that want to do an FHA loan or 3% down conventional, no chance.
Adios.
Yep. So much funk in there, so much litigation, so much plumbing.
Well, let's talk about something real quick, Johnny. In so
Yeah,
we
man.
we're talking offline about kind of values and how even within a complex there's nuance and value.
Yeah.
So about a month ago, one of our buddies sold a unit in there for 269. It was a full gut remodel in the D building, and that had kind of become sort of market value or where people want to be. And yet there's also units like this, similar to this one, that are selling in the high 100s.
People think a comp is a comp is a comp.
Yeah,
That one sold for that much. Mine should sell for that much as well. Well, there's
yeah,
just so much that goes into really pricing. And I mean, condition's going to be one thing. The fact that he sold in a D building, I mean, hats off, right? That's where the fire was recently. So I want to say that he kind of squeaked in maybe when the financing was still available as well. And so, that's my trepidation with cash is I've always said cash gets the discount, and it's true. And cash brings values down. When you can only have cash, I mean, that's all it's going to happen is it's such a small buying pool, right?
sure is.
So, yeah. And then, here on Maui, Danny, like to your point, right? I mean, you can literally have a doubling of value, same unit, same size, but just based off of the location of it,
Mhm.
you can have these swings. I mean, even look at Lahaina Shores, right? I mean, there's always a $200,000 to $300,000 swing based off of Mauka Mountain View versus Makai Ocean View, and sometimes that even gets skewed more. So very, very nuanced.
Sure is.
Slap in a corner unit. Oh, I don't have anybody above me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this one's a deal now, dude. I was in this one. That looks, it's not the furniture that was in there. So I don't know if that's like, I think that's virtually staged. But
Definitely staged.
this is starting to be a deal, man, for Opukea. The lofty heights, 699. But man, this one again. active litigation between AOAO and the developer that's been going on. So funky financing coming right up.
There you go.
This one I found interesting. So CPR, this is the main unit. I got a 10,220 square foot total lot. This is 5,245, so it's a little over half. I'm 1,888 feet. Granted, I got great views. Man, I don't see 1,795,000, Danny.
Seems like a lot.
Really does, man. I mean, it's
That
right in
is,
Makawao, which is great, but yeah.
that is a whole lot of
This
cheddar.
now it's a newer home for Makawao town, so maybe there's a special area that I'm not aware of. But man, $1,000 a
Newer, I
foot,
mean, 91.
$1,000 a foot, small lot like that. Yeah. Kuleana 2, apartment zone.
These are. So what was the other one? I always get them mixed up. There's two over there.
Kulakane is the one.
Kulakane, yeah.
Kulakane is the one that's business zoned, so not Minatoya.
Oh, this
Kuleana.
is interesting.
Yeah. I don't want any cabinets.
I don't
I
want
want it
anything at
really
all.
clean. I'm gonna use paper plates.
Yeah, I'm going straight to IKEA and buying my design.
That's it.
Interesting.
Indeed.
Very interesting. I mean, you make choices. We've talked about it a lot. You make choices when you design it. It's not going to fit everyone. So now you go to sell. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of people that just turn their nose up on that. Doesn't fit them.
Especially if your
I mean,
apartment zone, man.
tiny fridge. Look at that. I mean, your fridge is tiny. You can't live in
Is
that thing.
oh my goodness, is that the fridge? Because I was hoping that was the dishwasher. You're right,
That,
dude. Where
that's
is
the
the fridge?
fridge. That's the fridge.
Wow.
So it's not designed for really living in. Interesting choices.
Is there AC in this thing? Definitely see fans.
No AC.
Nope, no AC.
I don't know about the bedroom.
But I
Very
got a
interesting
really cool
choices.
toilet. I got a Japanese toilet.
Super cool. Interesting choices. Choices,
Yep.
choices. Koa Resort.
The old Cool Resort. Great square footage, man. 1179.
Look at this. 1.5 originally, Johnny.
Yeah, dude. They were really, really digging it. And this is one of those that I bet the county considers a two-bedroom, but you've got the loft upstairs. Maybe not. Oh, that looks very bedroomy up there. So I stand corrected. We talk about liking Koa Resort because of the width. Very, very livable. You know, man, I think they'll make great apartments, Danny.
And the complex is a vibe too. I mean, very,
It
very
is.
tropical, very Hawaiiana. Nice
Yep.
pool area. You're right across the street from the beach, basically. It's
Uh,
nice.
yeah.
That might be
Agreed.
one for R.
Yep. It's not the Koa campgrounds that you're used to in the mainland, guys. Palms at Wailea. So was Palms at Wailea always not vacation rentable? I get so confused.
No.
Nope, this
Palms
one is.
is.
Palms is.
Wailea
There's one that
Palms.
isn't.
Wailea Palms is not.
So that's what it is. Palms at Wailea and then Wailea Palms.
Why they had to name them so similar, I have no idea. But wow, this one's beachy.
Ooh, yeah. They
Super
dropped some
beachy.
cheddar on that guy there.
They did.
They dropped some cheddar.
So 1.595 down 30,000 in 30 days. Kind of interested to sell it. We shall see.
So strategy wise, Danny, I mean, you buy that now, you rent it out till what? What is the date? 2031 for South Shore?
2031.
Yep. So maybe that's the strat. And then you move into it because you're coming over here full time, use it part time. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at that spot in your life where you're kind of thinking about retirement in Maui eventually, we get a lot of people reaching out to us. It's a 5-year plan, 10-year plan. They're thinking about it down the road. Maybe money's solid right now. You got a good income, growing income. Maybe you have some stock options. it could make sense to potentially get into something now, let it rent out for the next 4, 5, 6 years, whatever ends up working out, and then
Th-
move over
these are
or
the
sell
ones,
it.
Kapalua, Kaanapali, like these are the ones where I'm just like, I can't wait to see what the county ideas are going to be around this.
Feels like a
I
carve out
mean,
opportunity.
yeah, dude. I mean, Wailea is just so full of condos, right?
It's all
And
condos.
I mean, what you got Ho'ole and you got Wailea Elua for
Yeah,
hotel zone. I mean, there's so much that's non-hotel zoned in there. I mean,
there's a lot
yeah.
for all being a resort, right? Wailea Resort,
And
and they have some extra fees for being in Wailea Community
dude, and they're all
Association.
this kind of money, right? So I don't know, man. Make it make sense for me for like families over here that decide that they want to live in a condo for 1,500,000 instead of a house somewhere for 1,500,000, like in Kealani.
Yeah,
So anyway,
I don't know. What would you
we're
rather have, Johnny? Condo like
dude, I
this
mean,
or a house?
yeah, it depends on my stage of my life, but for me,
Yeah,
living house all day long.
for sure. I mean, where else are you gonna
Yeah,
store all your surfboards?
dude, no kidding. And I need that other bedroom.
The kayak, son's fishing. I mean, I think it gives you a different lifestyle having the house. Well,
We
increment
go.
action.
I think this one sold, then it popped right back and then right back in again. It's because it's got the detached Ohana. It's what everybody needs.
And it looks like
Very
Kahaluu.
interesting. Interesting picture choices, huh?
Yeah, sure is. Puamana.
Oh, Pukamana. That's a nice unit too, man. That's a great
Yeah.
location.
Survive the
Too bad,
fire.
man. Yeah, so much of Pulamana did except for the clubhouse. Yep.
Uh, everything's safe. Everything's fluid at this point. There you go.
This one went, Danny. No, it didn't go
Finally.
for what they thought it would, right? I didn't realize this was a combo plate. Took a
Look at
2-2 and a
this. Yeah.
1-1 and slammed them together.
Put them together. That's kind
Yep.
of unique.
Dude, look at the write the offer strategy though, right? I mean, at 1,700,000, you're conventional. Write
I
it.
mean,
Million
wow.
three seven
Wow.
five. Let's go.
Yeah. Usually someone really had to sell this thing because these
The
were some of the hottest When I first got into real estate, Johnny, I spent a lot of time making cold calls.
yep.
And this was one of the properties that came up the most that people really wanted. So I was calling there a lot. And I'm like, hey, we got some people interested in buying in your complex. Have you ever thought about selling? Most people said no, but if you find someone willing to sell, we'll buy another one. And so then a lot of
Yeah.
them sold off market. I mean, they were flying off the shelves for a while. And then now you see
Apartment
1.8
zone.
and
Apartment
then
zone, man.
1.375. But talk about beautiful. I mean, you are like green grass, level, straight to the beach. I mean,
That's
ground
what,
floor
right behind
living
Times,
at
yo.
its finest. Yeah, right behind Times. I mean, this is a postcard. I would love that. Yo,
Yep.
370, Johnny.
Yeah, for a 1 bedroom. 1031
1031
exchange money too.
better than cash.
My favorite.
Better than cash. Moved quick
It is.
eventually after 329 days. Whaler. Been a
So
while since we've seen one
frac
of these guys.
fractional is a strategy, guys. You see them every single day. You see us talking about them. You see them being sold. It is another way to get your piece of Maui. And believe it or not, I mean, they do fluctuate in value.
Little 4th of July action.
Yep.
End of June, early July. They went into contract on 4th of July. Look at that. So festive.
26 a year. And you get to spend 2 weeks in Maui every single year at arguably one of the best beaches in the world.
There you have it.
Dude, this is a vibe house here. I just like that old plantation style, man. 1939. I pray somebody's just going to do something so cool to that house.
Something amazing. Look at that.
Yeah.
495 days. And then
Yep.
someone suddenly decided they wanted it.
That's it. 1,200,000. Drop a little money into that guy right there. Have a cherry spot right there on Baldwin. Here we
Kehlani.
go, man. Kaylani's 1-3 now for a 3-2. That used to be like two-bedroom money. Whoa,
Yep.
that place is monochrome, huh?
Oof. White on white on white.
Yep. Very clean. Very aesthetic.
This was the
Fans
second
at the
home for
villas at
someone that
Kaylani.
never used it.
Not a ton of amenities, but definitely a luxury residence in central Maui, gated in a great community. 189 cash, Danny.
Here you go. Another one.
Everything's going to be cash.
All cash and sub 200.
There it is, man.
We are seeing some interesting things. So that's all we got for
That's
you
it.
today. Life on an island
Yeah.
is interesting. There are
Yep.
some potential weather catastrophes that harass the island from time to time, but they are pretty few and far between, though, right, Johnny?
They are. Shout out to the person that asked the question and mentioned like wanting more understanding about cost of living stuff over here. We hear you. That'll definitely be coming up. I was comparing prices of Big Macs.
We should show you the Big Mac meal in Hong Kong, bro. It's like $2.50 for a Big Mac meal in Hong Kong. How about that for
Just,
pricing?
dude. So we're like, I was looking, and what's interesting is like we're similarly priced to all of our feeder markets. Like we're
Hmm,
$7, and same thing in Seattle. So
interesting.
that's why people that buy here on Maui just aren't shocked by the taxes because they're coming from like California. Like, that's like everything.
California, Washington, Oregon. Yeah, not too
There it is.
surprising.
Yep.
Well, until next time, tune in. Deal of the week Thursday. We'll have something fun for you. Maybe a fixer-upper this week, I think, Johnny, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And with
Alrighty.
Aloha Friday, we'll have a great episode for you. So, until next time.
Ahui ho. Aloha, everybody.